What's something that everyone as a collective can agree upon when it comes to Smash Bros. Ultimate? I'll give you guys a few seconds to answer. Still don't know? Well, what if I told you that the one thing that we can all agree upon when it comes to Smash Bros. Ultimate is the hype of getting brand new characters? Yes! Yes! It's just a feeling that can never be replicated. Many games try to get the same hype that Smash Bros. Does, but they simply cannot do it. I mean, look at Multiverses. That shit is dead. Now with that being said, let's go over the best Smash newcomers that we've seen throughout this game's entirety. Now I know what you're thinking, Dr. Mario? But he's the same as Mario. No, he's not. He's better in so many ways. Like he's got a doctor's degree, he throws perks for free, and most importantly of all, he packs a punch. Now some people would say that Bowser or even Ice Climbers would have been a better pick for this, but you're not seeing the bigger picture here. Dr. Mario is him, and when it comes to the moveset, I prefer his rather than regular schmegular Mario. Like Flood? Who the fuck wants that when you can have perks? No, but in all seriousness, I love Dr. Mario. He was my first main in Ultimate, and I will never forget him because of that. So at my number 10 spot, we got Dr. Mario, and sitting at my number 9 spot, ironically, we have Mr. RNG himself. I can see people saying, but he's not even hype. He's just a 2D character. Well, if he wasn't hype, could he do this? Didn't think so. Game & Watch is not only hyped because of the RNG factor, but I personally think he's a great newcomer because of how they designed his character. To this day, I think there isn't a character more unique than Game & Watch. Using a 2D model while the rest of the characters are in 3D, it just gives him more personality and makes it so much better. And who knows, maybe they'll use the 2D factor to bring in other characters that are flat as well, just like Paper Mario. And the day that we get Paper Mario in Smash Bros, you can thank Mr. Game & Watch for setting up the blueprint. And with that being said, Mr. Game & Watch goes on my number 9 spot. Now let's move on to... Coming in at number 8 is the homie Diddy Kong. Diddy is the type of friend that wants to have a good time 24/7, and that's something that we need in Smash Bros, especially after a horrible loss. Also, you couldn't even think of having DK on the roster without including Diddy, the ultimate duo. The reason why Diddy is on this list is because of the joy that people get with him. And I could only imagine how people reacted when they first saw him in the story mode for Smash Bros. Brawl.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
Plus, he has a gun that shoots out peanuts. A peanut pistol, if you will. He's just so raw, man, and it would have been impossible for me to not add him on this list. Also, Diddy Kong just got into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so he deserves to be on this list as well. And with Diddy at number 8 on my list, the next character is... Yo mama. I'm just kidding, no, it's actually... Admit it, who would have seen this one coming? Snake being in Smash Bros is still baffling to me till this day. Growing up with older cousins, I was introduced to Snake very early on in my life. Although the only game I've ever played in the Metal Gear series was Revengeance, I still have love for the character.
Typical politician. Big cock, but no cum. What?
Seeing him in Brawl was such a weird twist because at the time I think people only thought that Nintendo characters could join Smash Bros. Obviously that's no longer the case, but it's all thanks to Snake that we have different game reps outside of the Nintendo influence. So Snake comes in at number 7 on my list. Actually, I'm wrong. Snake isn't the only character that surprised people in Brawl. In fact, the next character also starts with an S, and that's my boy, the Blue Blur himself. Sonic the Hedgehog, baby. Not only did we get Snake in Smash Bros. Brawl, but we also got Sonic as well? Nah, Sakurai was actually spoiling us when he released this game. Needless to say, I'm pretty sure everybody was hyped to see Sonic in a Smash game. Finally. And to those people that can relate, we all know how stupid we felt when people told us that you can unlock Sonic in Smash Melee.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
We might never recover from those moments in time, but at least now we can all rejoice that Sonic is in a Smash Bros. Game and everyone has been happy ever since. Cause let's be real here, playing against a Sonic is fun and not time consuming. So the Blue Blur gets a solid 6 on my list. Next on this list is everyone's favorite Swordy, and that is... Alright, I'm gonna be honest here. I know nothing about Final Fantasy, but I do know Cloud, and I think that shows how popular of a character he is. He's just so cool and edgy. He's just like Shadow the Hedgehog, but a person. Also at the time, I was not into Smash Bros as I am now, but best believe that I heard it everywhere when I found out that Cloud was announced for Smash 4, and that still wasn't enough for me to get a Wii U. I think Cloud was a character that many people didn't expect to get into Smash because of Square Enix and how they treat their IPs. But Sakurai did the impossible and brought us the coolest sword fighter in all of Smash Bros history. Next to Sephiroth, of course. But with that being said, Cloud is at my number 5 spot for this list. Up next, we have somebody that really loves fighting in the street, almost as if he's a street fighter, and that is... I think it's easy to say that nobody was upset when Ryu joined the Smash 4 roster. Am I wrong here? Honestly, it makes sense. To have somebody that brought a lot of popularity to fighting games in a game that celebrates everything video game related, I feel like Ryu was probably one of the characters that didn't get any negative feedback, at least to my knowledge. It wasn't like how people complained about having a Fire Emblem character like Corrin in the game, but the total opposite whenever it came to Ryu. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here, but overall, I feel like everybody liked Ryu. He definitely deserves a spot in any Smash game. And with that being said, Ryu ranks at number 4 on my list. Now let's move on to the last 3 characters. And spoiler alert, they're all from Smash Ultimate. So at my number 3 spot, I have... Now some people might disagree with this choice, but hear me out. Now imagine yourself watching the Game Awards and not expecting much out of it. Suddenly, the lights go dark and you see the trailer. And at the end of that trailer, it shows Joker flipping over an envelope showing the Smash symbol, and boom, the rest is history. Despite whether you like Joker or not, you can't disagree that the first trailer for Joker was absolutely spine-chilling. Maybe at the time I didn't know anything about Persona, but when I saw that trailer, it left me with 2 thoughts in my head. The first one was, who the fuck is Joker? And the second one was, what are the other characters gonna be? Since it was the reveal of the first DLC character of the Fighter's Pass, it has to go on my number 3 spot. It's still crazy to watch the trailer now because that was only the first of many amazing DLC that we'd get in Smash Ultimate. Okay, now I need you guys to not get mad at me for the next one. Before you click off this video, just hear me out, just let me explain. Regardless of what you think of Steve, you gotta admit, his reveal changed the way people thought on who could get in Smash Bros. Ultimate. His reveal trailer alone made Twitter shut down for a day. And I know that there's gonna be people saying that Twitter was already bugging out that day, but I don't care, just give me this one. Sakurai even had to go back to every stage in Smash to make it compatible with Steve's blocks. And that just shows the dedication he put into this character. Maybe a little bit too much dedication. To the point where Steve is now the most broken character in Smash Ultimate. And it's crazy how much the meta has actually changed. Like, remember when he first released and people thought he was mid-tier? They thought he was mid-tier because of his recovery. What a joke, man. But that does not take away the fact that Steve was easily the most hyped character that released in Smash Bros. Ultimate as DLC. Or was it? Now I know that Sora isn't as popular as he was when he first released, but it showed us that Sakurai did the impossible and made the deal with the devil himself, Mickey Mouse. The character itself is great, but I want to talk about how Sakurai made it a possibility. Nobody thought it was even achievable, but somehow it happened, and we have Sora in the game. Like, there is no one else in the world that can make that a possibility. Not even Fortnite could pull off something like that. And it just goes to show that no matter what people say, Sakurai always finds a way to please the fan base. Now, if your character wasn't on this list, it doesn't mean that your character is bad, unless it's Banjo. I just believe that these characters made an impact on me and pushing me towards becoming more interested with anything to do with Smash Bros. And when it came to Smash Ultimate, I was sold. I mean, come on, who owns a Wii U? Ain't nobody's getting that shit. But at the end of the day, we can all agree on one thing when it comes to Smash Bros. That Bayonetta was the death of Smash 4. Okay, see you later. And with that being said, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone that is a current member on my YouTube channel. That extra support really does go a long way, and I do appreciate you all. And if you guys haven't yet, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, because that really does help out the channel. And with that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay hydrated. Adios.